We don't play. Hey. Okay, everybody, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you how I got 100 followers within 24 hours. This is a grind, so go ahead and get your pen and paper and write it down. Or you can just rewind the video. And if you're new to the page, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so we can get them future videos coming in and you won't miss them. It's going to help you grow on your Instagram. I know you all want to get your content seen, and this is going to be one of the ways it's going to help you out. So stay tuned in and watch the whole video. Don't miss a step because this is really critical information and you do not want to miss this because we all know you want to grow and I want to make sure you have the right steps to do so. Go ahead and leave a like so we can get this information out to other people as well. Thank you for watching the channel and thank you for interacting with my Instagram page as well. But let's go ahead and get into what we really came here for. Alright, so if you did watch the other video called how to get more views on your Instagram post, then you're already on the right track. If you haven't, I would recommend watching that before you watch this, because that's part of what I'm doing to get these 100 followers in 24 hours. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to upload at a good time. I would say around 12 noonish. That's when people, start having lunch. So they're sitting down, they're eating their lunch, they're on their phone scrolling through Instagram anyway. So around noon is around a good time. Okay, and step number 2, go through your following and go talk to people that have around the same amount of followers as you, or they can have a little bit more, but I usually aim for the people that have around the same amount as me. So I kind of aim from like 2,000 to 3,000. And what I would do is I would send them a message. And I'll show you what type of message that I send them. So you could kind of do the same thing. Or you could put it in your own wording. Okay, so I found one that met the requirements that I want. And what I would do is I'll go send them a message. We've already done business before. We've already shouted each other out. So what I'll do is I'll ask them if he want to do another one. Okay, so right here, I would just put something like, hey, would you like to do a post for post story shout out? And go ahead and copy and paste that message because you'll be sending it to a lot more other people. You just want to keep doing this over and over and over until you have about like 10 to 15 people that will do it, that will shout your story out, and you shout theirs out as well. So these are one of the things that you want to keep in mind because most of the time, people will say yes if you're around the same following as them. And don't get discouraged if they say no. Just go ahead and move on to the next person. Do the same thing. You guys shout each other out. It's going to look good because somebody's shouting your post out. And if you do have like a smaller page, which is like 80 to 100 people, just try doing this with like 20 people, 20 to 25 people. It's only a shout out. It's only going to take you around like 3 to 5 minutes to make a shout out. This is literally free promotion. Like, you're not paying for this. The only thing is you're just putting in a little bit of work to get something out, It's literally free. But if you do want a bigger page to shout out your videos and you have a little bit of money that you could toss out, do that as well. But as far as the free way, go ahead and grind. Go ahead and do this. Repeat this method over and over. I do this a lot. And this is how I get a lot of shout outs because I don't mind direct messaging somebody to get a shout out. So this is a post that I uploaded earlier today, a couple of hours ago. It's doing pretty good. What I do is after I upload my video, I go search up a hashtag Apex Legends, and then I just scroll down and like pictures. I go more into depth about that in one of my other videos. Go ahead and go through the playlist and you'll see different videos of how I target people. Alright, so your main focus here is having a good title, having a good caption, making sure when people do see your shout out, when people shout you out, make sure your little picture that pops up, make sure that thing is like, click on me. Like your shout out is just yelling, click on me. So when people shout me out, I'll give you an example here of what it looks like. Because this is like extremely important. Like this is really important because it's the first impression, and that's all it takes is your first impression to get a follow. Alright, so in this shout out that I'm about to show you right here, this is kind of what I mean by first impression. You want to make sure that your shout out is screaming, follow me now, or watch this video now. So right here I put pushing hard and clutching. So when people read that, they're gonna be like, oh, this dude is gonna be sweaty, probably, most likely. So they want to see a sweaty player. So what I did here, I put in the caption, destroying teams with Wraith and Revenant. No need for a third, with fire emojis. That looks interesting. I know it would get me to click on it if it don't get you to click on it, but I know it would get me to. So when I say first impression, this is what I mean. You want to make sure that when you do get a shout out, because you're going in front of somebody else's audience, you want to make sure you're giving it all you got. And I do have a video showing you how to make things like this. Down my playlist on my page, you will see other videos, tutorials, how to make cover art for Instagram covers. So go ahead and click on that. Make sure you do something cool. Make sure you do something that stands out, because standing out is super important. And one other thing you could do is you could join group chats on your Instagram. Maybe like 20 to 30 people might be in a group. I'm in a couple of those, like around 30 each. What I do is I'll post my video, the most recent one. Usually I do it right after I post. I post it directly into these 3 groups with like 30 plus people in them. And what I do is when I post in these groups, I put like, comment, share, and I'll return the favor. And usually I do, because it starts to turn into like a partnership and people start doing it because they want you to do the same thing on their post. So if you really want to get 100 followers within 24 hours, it comes down to how hard you're going to grind and if you're going to be consistent through the 24 hours. I'm not saying you got to stay up like a zombie and do this all day, but that's what the shoutouts are for. And that's why you want to make sure your shout out, like you want to make sure your post is very good to where people will click on it and want to follow you, because your shout out is going to be on someone else's story for 24 hours. And it's not just going to be on just one person's story. It's going to be on maybe like 20 to 30 people's story for 24 hours. That's free promotion. So go ahead, grind it out, go talk to people, make sure they're around your following, or they could be above. You could be brave and just go above and beyond. Go ahead and hit someone that has 5,000 to 6,000 followers and see. You never know. One other thing I did was I went on to bigger pages and I did the follow for follow method. Now, I would recommend this, but don't go too far with it, because you don't want to overdo it and get action blocked, or you don't want Instagram to think that you're a bot. So maybe like every other hour, I would just follow up to like 50 people and then just wait like a couple of days and then just unfollow them around like 50 at a time, the same way that you follow them for like every other hour. So Instagram don't think that you're a bot and you don't get action blocked or anything. When I say unfollow them, I mean unfollow the ones that didn't follow you back. You would kind of know which one followed you or didn't follow you back. So just keep that in mind when you're doing the follow for unfollow, because we don't want a lot of pissed off people here. So those are all the steps that I took to get 100 followers in a day. It's organic, it's free. It might not work the same out for you as it did for me, but I can promise you your engagement, your following is going to go up after doing these steps. If this video helps you out, go ahead and leave a like, leave a subscribe. Thank you for watching. Happy grinding.